Howdy candies! Thanks for stopping by my channel today. We are going to do a take 23 of my Cricut Art Philosophy dress easel cards. Adorable, absolutely adorable gifts. And to not have to go into further explanation, there are several tutorials that I utilize for my scrappy sisters in the blogosphere. Thank you. Without you, this inspiration could not have come to light. Now, without further ado, this is the background and texture paper that I utilize from our Wonderland paper. It's 100 pound in weight. I use Twilight, Crystal Blue, and White Daisy cardstock, and I use my MS Word 7 program, which I have a link to the video tutorial to be able to create the sentiment portion of the actual card here, where this one says Wonderland Wishes, and of course on this particular one it says Best Friends. As soon as I get my Camtasia program, I'm able to do some more video walkthroughs as far as sentiments and different things and whatnot that I utilize in programs to help you straight from my desktop. So this particular card, I'm going to walk through the measurements itself with you. I want to start off by saying you definitely want to do the dress first. And Mandy Leahy has an incredible video that was that I had acquired through the Paper Princess 2 that demonstrates how to make these particular dresses. I say start with your dresses first because, as you can see on my dresses, I have our close to my heart Glitz glitter glue that I used as an embellishment, and it takes a little bit for it to dry. So I highly recommend doing your dress before accordion folding or pleating it, as far as the embellishment, before you or while you're going on to create the base portion of your card. For the background pieces here on the 4x4 White Daisy background that I used on this card, I used my Cuttlebug, which has embossing folders, and because the background and texture paper has argyle and dots, I used the Swiss dots embossing folder, as you can see, and I also used the argyle embossing folder. Now, if you're going to use a colored cardstock from Close to My Heart, they do contain a white core to them. You're going to want to put a piece of paper in between, or you're going to want to put just a regular plain piece of printer paper in between the embosser before you're going to run it through your Cuttlebug. Also, as far as embellishments go that you can use for centerpieces, I wanted some organdy ribbon and some satin ribbon to kind of give it a little bit more flow. So what I used instead was the Grosgrain. I used a Grosgrain ribbon on these particular cards. And for centerpieces, I used our Close to My Heart designer brats. And I also used on the former post at my www.creatiquecandy.com, where I made the colonial white with the mischief paper background and texture, I used the filigree charms. So there's many different things that you can use for creating the middle pieces to your dresses or adding some bling. Here we have some bling assortment that has these little pretty pins. There's all sorts of embellishments that you can use. But for this particular card, we're going to stick with the designer brad. I've already pre-made the dress, so I'm going to take you down to my workspace so that you can view what I'm working on to walk through the actual measurements of these other pieces. So here we have the dress. We're going to set the dress aside. I have the argyle 4x4 to go on top of my chocolate 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 background, and this is going to be part of the front of the card. I have my Twilight 8.5 by 4 1/4 inch base for the easel card base piece. And then from this, and then on the sentiment or the sentiment base, these measure, this piece will measure 4 by 4 or 4 by 2 inches. And then this is going to be 1 3/4 inch, or this is 4 by 2. This is 3 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inches, and then this is 3.5 by 1.5. And this piece you're going to get actually from, this piece you're going to cut because it's already going to have a border around it from the MS Word program. And again, when I get the Camtasia up, I'll be able to do a screen share with you with this piece. You're going to start out by finding which way your paper is going to lay, and you're going to score at 4 1/4 and at 6 3/8 inch, and then you're going to accordion fold it so that it has a mountain view fold, and then you're going to take your 4x4 piece, or you're going to take your 4x4 piece, and you're going to adhere it. We're going to adhere it down to the 4x4 chocolate cardstock, the argyle background. So here you have your argyle background, and it's going to, because we have this as a mountain fold right now, as accordion fold here, we're going to lay it down, and then we're going to take your adhesive of choice. I'm using the 3M Advanced Tape Glider, and I'm just applying it around the edges. And then just a strip in the middle, a strip in the middle. And then I have my picker. I have my picker here that can pick up this piece, or this blob of gloopity glue. I love this. We also have it, and I can't remember the name of it, but I do know that it's adhesive remover. It's an adhesive remover. Then you're going to take your you're going to take your 4x4 or 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 chocolate cardstock and lay it over this, see, the fold where it's adhered to. And the easiest way is to make it, is to turn it, I would say turn it this way so you're looking down at the fold. And then just make sure that you're placing it right over the top, at the top edge. So here we have just a little bit at the top, or a little bit that overlaps the top, but that's just the way that it's folded on, or that's the way that the accordion fold had laid. So this is how the easel card starts out, is like so. So you've already adhered your 4x4 piece. Then the sentiment pieces, you're going to take your 2x4 piece, you're going to adhere you're going to want to adhere your sentiment. And actually, I re-inked all this with my chocolate exclusive inks pad and a sponge. I inked around all the edges of every single piece, including the folded pieces of the card. So you're going to want to adhere, or you're going to want to go around that. And then you're just going to go and you're going to take your sentiment that you use in MS Word, and that's going to measure 3 inches, or 3 inches by 1 inch, I believe, or 2. You know, I can't be for certain on that because I have a whole guide sitting next to me that I can give you the information for, and I will take a moment to go back through the measurements with you again. And this is going to be this piece, or the argyle piece that I'm adhering it to, will go down on the 2x4 cardstock, and all of them are cut at a 1/4 inch smaller, and it's only 3 layers, because when you do your sentiment in MS Word, it's going to print out at that particular size. And then you're going to take you're going to take and apply adhesive to the back of your 2x4 sentiment piece. And you're going to look at the bottom, and I'm going to do this upside down here. You're going to look at the bottom and make sure that you have an even space, a 1/4 inch around, because that's what you've bordered your other 2 pieces with. And you're just going to adhere it down to the card carefully. Adhere it down to the card, so that way you still have a 1/4 inch spacing around. And so there we have started. There we have the easel card. The easel card. Now, because that could actually be your stopper, but then you don't have a 1/4 inch above at the top. So it could be your stopper, your sentiment portion. Some leave it that way. I choose to use my sparkles, which close to my heart sells. I actually have some in bulk, and I'm actually using the 4mm round clear sparkle, the clear sparkles, and you're just gonna apply 3 of them. So you're just gonna apply 3 of them. I put one right here in the corner, and you're gonna do it edge to edge so that it stays down. And then of course I'm gonna do one over here to this corner. And I eyeball everything, so forgive me. I'm eyeballing this one. And then you're just going to put one in the center. So you're only using 3 sparkles. And you can use more if you want, like I did on some of the others that I have done. I put little bitty sparkles in between. And then there you've created a stopper for the card. So you've created your sparkle stopper, or you've created the sparkles as a stopper to your card. Since you have the designer rhinestone brads, you've got the rhinestones or sparkles in the middle as your stopper. And then you just take your glue dots and you're going to I put a dot on each of the bustier portion, and you're going to notice that on the side, when it's going to lay down, you can see the side because I have folded it and used a glue dot in the middle there as well. And then you're just going to place a glue dot. You're just going to place a glue dot right here into the center. So you have a glue dot on each one of your bustiers, and then you got one in the center, and then I go ahead and I adhere another one down on each one of the flaps that's going to go on and lay on the card. And then you're going to just place it onto the card and make sure that your bustier portion where you're going to lay it at, it goes up. I'm doing it sideways because I follow the bustier position. So I'm just going to lay it corner to corner. Here we go. Here. And just, there is your easel card. Here is the, and of course that's going sideways, but that's okay. Because glue dots tend to do their, or glue dots can adhere very quickly. As long as you're doing it lightly initially, then you can rearrange it. So here is the dress easel card from start to finish. Again, I will have the measurements posted up on the site, and I will actually do a PDF document that will be on my www.creatiquecandy.com. There will be a link underneath my candy basket tab, and you will want to look underneath videos or eye candy in order to get the PDF file for the measurements. And thank you for taking the time for stamping by and watching my Cricut Art Philosophy easel card take 23, 24, however many I've done at this point. It's been a long day and a long venture, but I appreciate you. I'm really excited. I got to share this, obviously, because I wanted to show the music that you're hearing on the intro and the outro is from my dad's album, Hunting with My Dog and Other Love Songs by Douglas Meseberg. Please feel free to stop by and check out the Dreamweaver 2011 YouTube channel to hear his other songs. Thanks for stamping by. Have a great day.